Welcome everyone to today's episode in which we'll be looking at Earth geometry. So we'll be looking at how to find the length of the latitude or simply the circumference of a latitude. And also we'll be looking at how to find the distance between 2 points which are on the same longitude. So this is coming from a 2016 paper 2, and the question says, the points A, B, C, D are on the surface of the Earth, and pi is equals to 3.142, and the radius of the Earth in nautical miles is equal to 3,437, or simply 3437. So we can see our North Pole and South Poles are there, and our latitude 50 north, 70 south are there, and our longitudes 30 east and 75 west are there. So A, B, C, D, they can be seen there. So the question says, find the difference in latitude between points C and B. So this is our question 1. Now, to find the difference in latitude between B and C, what is simply important here is to know the concept which is being used here when finding the difference between either latitude or longitude. So now, if the 2 points that you are finding the difference in between are on different hemispheres, you are supposed to add. And if the 2 points are on the same hemispheres, you are supposed to subtract. So now, looking at what we have here, B and C are on different hemispheres. C is on 70 south, B is on 50 north, meaning we are supposed to add according to the rules that are here. So now this will mean difference is equals to 50 degrees plus 70 degrees. This will give us 120 degrees. These are the number of degrees or number of latitudes between C and B, 120. Then question 1 has ended. We go to question 2. Question 2 says, calculate the length of the circle of latitude 50 degrees north. So, the length of a latitude, in simple terms, they simply mean the circumference of that latitude. They mean the distance going around that latitude. So now, the distance of a latitude or the circumference of a latitude is found by a formula, and we are deriving this formula from the formula coming from mensuration. In mensuration, we learned that the circumference of a circle is found by C is equal to 2 pi r. That is the circumference of a circle in mensuration. Now, here in geometry, the small r, the small radius is equal to capital R cos theta. That is the value of the small radius. So now, our circumference formula in F geometry will be given as circumference is equal to 2 pi, where the small r will write that r cos theta. That is how we find the circumference of any latitude on the globe. So this will mean we simply replace. This will give us 2 multiplied by 3.142 multiplied by the radius of the circle. They are saying find it in nautical miles. So you use the same figure given in the question, 3437. That will be 3437 multiplied by cos. So the cos here will be the same latitude that they have mentioned in the question. They are saying cos. They are saying latitude 50 degrees north. So you can have cos 50 degrees. And then you simply punch those figures on the calculator the way they are. You get to have 2 multiplied by 3.142 multiplied by 3437 multiplied by cos 50. So we're getting, therefore, the length is equal to 13,802.9 mm. So the mm will mean nautical miles. So by doing so, it means you have calculated the length of that latitude. Then coming to question 3, which says find the distance AD in nautical miles. So the distance AD will be found as follows. From A to D, what is the distance? So what is important here is simply to understand that and to see that A and D are on the same longitude, meaning we are dealing with the distance along a longitude. So the distance along a longitude is found by a certain formula, and the formula says arc AD is equal to theta over 360 degrees multiplied by 2 pi capital R. That is the formula which we use to find the distance between 2 points which are sharing a longitude. So the theta will be the difference in latitudes between A and D. So the difference in latitudes between A and D, it is the same difference between B and C, which is 120. So where there is theta of 120, we're going to have AD is equal to 120 over 360 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3.142 multiplied by 3437. So after that, we simply add those figures the way they are and multiply them and divide them until we find the answer. So now here we're going to have 120 divided by 360. Then we are multiplying this with a 2, multiplying this with 3.142, multiplying this with 3437. So we are getting AD is equals to 7,199.37 nautical miles. This is the distance between point A and point D, that is along longitude 75 degrees west. So this is how we answer all these questions. Remember to consider subscribing if you're here for the first time and hit the bell for new videos of such kind. See you next time.